So, you have people mad at you right now because you no longer will allow them any access to your life. You know, you have people mad at you because you figured who they are and they can no longer manipulate you. They can no longer deceive you because you see what kind of person they are. Now, you know, I was talking about it in my last chat on how people from your past who once had unlimited access to you, you were always the one there to listen to them, to help them out, to support them and stuff like that. They reminisce, the times that you were nice to them and good to them. Because it's very few people who have that kind of heart that you have. Like, there's very few people that will, really offer that unconditional, pure love that you had to give them. And they're regretting, some of them, not all of them, some of them are regretting how they played themselves out of a good person. They didn't play you in the end. They ended up actually um, setting themselves up for failure. And I just feel like some people who were once in your past, who had that type of access to you, where you would just be very understanding and you gave your support and your all to them, and they gave you like very little effort in return. They're mad at the fact that they don't have access to the new you. They had access to the old you, the codependent you, the you that didn't really know, um, how people actually really are. Some of them are fake, and they're not real with you or others. And I was thinking about certain people have told you who you are. They've tried to mold you into something that they wanted you to be. They try to change you and, you know, make you be less kind, make you be less loving, just because they felt bad at the fact that they didn't have what you have. So they wanted to limit you and your power and your abilities. So, um, what I have to say is that, they can't manipulate you anymore, they can't deceive you, they can't play on your emotions, they can't make you feel bad about yourself, about being who you are. They can't make you feel bad anymore about you standing up for yourself, um, for you actually putting yourself first. Because, let's be honest, we set ourselves on fire for certain people. Like, you know, we would put ourselves in uncomfortable situations and they would treat us any type of way that they felt they could, because we weren't going to do them the same way that they did us. And that's the type of mentality I think many of the worldly people have. You're a nice person, you don't have it in you to do what they do to you. So that's when they feel that they can get away with a lot more and take out their problems on you. What's beautiful is that God removed these people in your life who were just, you know, distractions, and who were sent by the enemy to destroy you. And God was seeing everything. God sees everything that these people tried to do while you were trying to, you know, put them on, build them up. They were trying to tear you down behind the scenes. And now they don't have that same ability to get you back, because you've changed a lot. You've evolved a lot. The way you think is no longer the way that you used to think, where it was like, you feel like you have to continue to help people regardless of how they treat you, regardless of the things that they place on you, because like certain people will create more problems out of nowhere just because they're jealous of you, just because they feel that you're starting to, you know, take off of your life. But yes, you guys, um, one thing I want to say is that, God removed those people out of our lives because they were putting burdens on us that weren't ours. They were placing their burdens onto us, making us feel responsible and carry their burdens, and to deal with them, to deal with their burdens, their negativity, their toxicity. And there just had to be an expiration for all that, because you're just being tested. But after you've learned all those lessons, we can't go back into those same cycles, of being the savior in people's lives, especially if they treat us like we don't have any value. Like I said, like they treat us like we're beneath them, and that they can do better without us, that we don't know what we're talking about, that they mock us, they have the mocking spirit. So yeah, I just feel like this is a time where we have to not allow people back into our lives. We have to deny access. Now, why do I say that? It's because, you know, certain people want to have access to you. Like, they want to have access to us for our energy, for our advice, for our time, for our positive energy, because we make them feel good, because we boost their ego up, you know. And think about it, like when we were going through it, when we were healing, when we were um when we were going through our healing journey, our lowest points in our lives, they were nowhere to be found. They were nowhere to be around. They just went ghost in your life. When you were really sacrificing a lot in your life. And what I mean by that is, even when you had these people in your life, you had to sacrifice your own happiness for them. You had to sacrifice your own time. You set your goals and your your um your dreams aside for these people. And in the end, they ended up playing the victim and making you the bad person because they felt it was your responsibility, that you owed them something that they didn't even deserve. So, to me it just shocks me the level of entitlement that they have towards us because of jealousy. And we didn't do anything to these people. Let me make that very clear. We didn't do anything bad to these people to be treated that way. In fact, we were good to them. In fact, we overgave to them when they were jealous and hating on us and um, trying to make us look bad, but yet they still came around to take. So I feel like we shouldn't feel bad about removing them out of our life or denying them access, because if on our part we did right by these people, we didn't go out of our way to betray them. We weren't the ones that ruined the relationship, and we weren't the ones that caused so much chaos and confusion and manipulated them. We didn't have any ulterior motives behind the reason why we were um, around them. Then our conscience is clear. We don't have to feel bad about them not having access to us because we finally realized that they're not for us. And it's because of their spirit. Like I said, it's because of that evil spirit that they have. So, you know, they don't deserve to have access to us again. They just don't, to the new you anymore. And some of them are mad about that. They're mad that they're not going to be able to ever have that experience again that you gave to them. Like, never. Like, you're never going to, see them the same way as you once did. Because while they were playing with your emotions, you saw them as something that they weren't, because of the manipulation. You thought that they were a really good person. You thought that they really cared. But it's after some time that their mask really falls off. And that's who they were all this time. So no, I don't think, I think when God wants to show us and expose the snakes in our life, he'll do it by removing them or causing them to get out of the way, or he'll remove them out of your life for you. But yeah, it's time for us to not allow any more snakes into our lives. We have to be aware that some people have this hidden agenda and they're sent by the enemy to lie to you, to deceive you, to play on your emotions, to emotionally play with your heart, to make you feel bad about not allowing them back into your life, guilt tripping you, making you feel that it's your responsibility to continue to put up with them. You know, I've had certain people from the past who have tried to hoover me, you know, and they tried to be very nice all of a sudden. You know, they tried to act like they've changed, like they're a new person. And they're not. They're really not. It's just temporary. Once they get you back in, things go back to how they used to be. They switch up on you. So no, we can't fall for it anymore. We can't fall for the fake niceness. Cause that exists, you know. They'll be fake nice to you. They'll be like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" You know, the whole time they don't even like you. But you have something that they want from you. You have something that benefits them. And that's the whole reason why they come around. Because when you didn't have it all together, when you still didn't have it all together, when you were still trying to figure things out, they weren't there. They weren't around. You know? So and then when you finally, you know, um have everything figured out, that's when they want to come back into your life. You know, it's only when things are going good. That's when they want to circle back into your life. But these people are users. They're selfish. They're self-absorbed with their own selves. So it's time that we stop settling, you know, that we stop settling for the worst of people. Um, I always thought about it. I was like, you give people your very best. You show people, you have mercy on people, and you don't give up on them, but yet they easily just throw in the towel. Another thing I want to really talk about is the access to you. Now, you're gonna know that people are not for you when they want to have access to you, but when it comes to you, when you try to figure out who do you have access to in your life, when you need help, when you're really going through stuff, who are the people that you have access to for support in different areas of your life? You know, do you have the same access to them that they are demanding of you? Most of the time, it's no. Most of the time, the answer is no, that these people won't give you access to them. They won't be as they won't allow you to have access to them or their life or what they have going on and any of that. You know, they want to keep everything on a very shallow level with you. But they expect you to have access. They expect to have access to you and your life. But when it's the other way around, when you need something, when you need to talk to someone, when you need to actually, you know, reach out for someone's support or stuff like that, or just a friend, they deny access. They're like, no, I can't, I'm busy, or oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't, you know. But when it comes to you, you're always like, yeah, you know, I could, I could, um, I could give you 20 minutes of my day. I could listen to you. I could help you out. So we have to figure out how many people have access to us that are not deserving to have access in our lives. You know, like they just have their hands out, ready to receive your blessings. I don't know why people feel like chosen ones owe them something. You know, I don't know why people treat chosen ones like we owe them something. Because, like, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, why do people feel like we owe them something when they have done absolutely nothing? Nothing, you know? But yeah, you guys, it's just crazy how people from your past just reappear, like out of nowhere. Like you haven't even seen them for a long time. You haven't even spoken to them for a while. And they just pop up, like out of nowhere, like, oh, hi, you know? And I'm like, why? Like, I feel like the audacity, it's like you disrespected me. You treated me in the worst, foul type of way, and you still feel like you deserve me? Like, you still feel like you deserve someone like me in your life after everything you put me through? And that's what I really am very, like, I think about that. I'm like, after everything that they did to you, like, they made your life a living hell by them just being in your life. And they're coming back to literally put you through hell again. Like, just to see if they can try to take advantage of you again. Because to them, it's like they are so superficial that they need your external energy to make them feel better than you. Yeah, they act like nothing happened. And they never apologize. Like, they never apologize for everything that they did to you. But they feel like you need to treat them right, that you need to continue to let them in your life. And then the bad thing is that they play victim. Like, you know, they can't play victim. Like, you decided to treat me that way because you felt that, you know, you could get away with that, but now when you need me, don't expect me to just be all positive towards you after everything you did to me. Like, no, you know. But yeah, it's just crazy to me how they can do so much, cause so much damage, and then still try to come back around to see if they can still try to do the same thing over again or to take from you. The devil loves to come to steal. He loves to try to come into our lives just to steal from us. And here's the thing, the devil has been taking from us so many times. And I think that's why God caused the separation. Because he got tired of, these ungrateful people who were just treating us like however they wanted to. I had some of the most evilest people smile in my face, call me their friend, and then stab me in the back and betray me. So, so yeah, I just feel like they really be putting all their burdens on us chosen ones. They feel like we're the outlet for them to take out all their problems on and just hand you everything that they've been dealing with. And the bad thing is that they don't even give you credit. They don't give you credit. They don't acknowledge what they're doing to you. Like that's horrible, people who literally put their problems on someone else and they're like, you're responsible for my life, for the way my life is. That's a whole nother level of misery. And the crazy thing is that you make them feel good, and in the end, they make you feel bad about yourself. So yeah, it's like you're helping them while they're plotting to slowly destruct you, destroy you. Like, I'm telling you guys, like narcissists, they always want to throw their emotional pain on you. Their childhood traumas, things that happened to them that you didn't even do to them. They want to make you feel like you have to fix it. You have to fix their brokenness. The thing is, they want to make their problem your problem. They want to make their problems your problems. And then they want to make you take ownership for their problems. They're giving you their unhappiness. They're unhappy people. And they project it onto us. I just feel like these people don't deserve access to our lives. They just don't deserve it anymore. Just like someone who is for you, they would make sure that you feel safe. They wouldn't do those type of things to hurt you if they really cared about you. These people don't care about us. They just care about what they can get from us. Like, if we really want to ascend, we can't be around people who still have that um, programming of manipulation. Because, like, they manipulate their energy for evil. We manipulate our energy for good. They're constantly trying to manipulate. And they confuse niceness with sincerity. Like, them being nice, it's not even real. It's not sincere. It has a hidden agenda to it. There's something in it for them. That's why they have to be nice. But it's not coming from their heart. It's not actual real kindness. So, I don't even believe them when they're like, "I'm being nice to you though." Or I asked you nicely. It's like, that doesn't mean anything. Just because you are pretending to be nice doesn't mean that you're a nice person. Because it's an act. But they just want power over us. They just continue to want that feeling of power over us. They don't want a relationship. It actually was never a relationship with these people to begin with. A relationship is when two people reciprocate. When two people work together to make something work. They don't go around breaking things and then making you feel responsible to fix everything that they're breaking around you. Like, that's how self-destructive they are. But yeah, it's all gaslighting. It's all gaslighting. And no one should ever take that away from us. Like, I've dealt with so many manipulative people who have literally done the worst, bullied me, verbally abused me, threatened me, a bunch of other stuff. And then they expect me to apologize to them. And as if they're the right ones. Like, the type of programming that these people are under is that they're narrow-minded. But it's like they'll never take your reality into account because their reality is the only reality that matters to them. Anything that is outside makes them uncomfortable, that makes them reflect or be aware of, they fear it, so they'll just gaslight you. I truly believe that some people don't even think before they act. They're just impulsive. But yeah, I'm like, we shouldn't be dealing with people's problems, their insecurities, their lack of confidence. Like, what does that have to do with you? At the end of the day, what does that really have to do with you? But no, you guys, don't allow certain people back into your life. Like, they were literally trying to make you self destruct. You know, they never had your best interests. So when they come back around, don't even let them back in your life. And one thing I've been noticing that some of these people are so sadistic. You know, they enjoy inflicting pain on others. They lack remorse. So I would forgive them, but I wouldn't trust them ever again. Because you know what they're capable of doing. You know what they're capable of doing. After, like, when you're in a relationship with some of these manipulators and you realize how much damage they've done, they're capable of doing that all over again. So, like, what makes you think that they wouldn't do it again if they did it the first time? Because they were showing you in the relationship who they are. You got to see. You got to see what was behind that facade. Especially when people try to tell you that they've changed. You know, why would they have to tell you that they changed? If someone has actually changed, they're gonna show you by the way that they are. They're not gonna have to tell you, I've changed. And most likely they haven't. I think that's a very manipulative tactic that these manipulators love to use. That I've changed. Yeah, you've probably changed for the worse. You know, when someone changes, you could see it. You could see the drastic change in them. You could tell. But, like, when they want to convince you of something, most of the time it's a lie that they're trying to convince you. Just because someone could say something that sounds good doesn't mean that they're going to deliver whatever they're saying. Let me tell you something. These people who come back into your life, they have had it planned when it was the right time to try to come back. That's why it takes them some time. That's why they give you your space before they try to come back into your life. Because they're waiting for the right moment. Try to circle back in. And that's what I've noticed about manipulative people. They cause harm and then they ghost you. And then they ghost you for a while, and then out of nowhere they just come back and act as if nothing happened. But they've been watching you, waiting for the right time to try to talk to you again. Why? Because they're running from themselves. They don't want to take accountability. That's why when people know they've done you wrong, they avoid you. They'll avoid looking you in the eye. They avoid you because they know that they're not being truthful. You know, they want to try to flip the script. The reason why they disappear out of your life for a long time is so they can try to act like they can flip the script on you the next time they come back into your life. It's like manipulative people are masters of smoke and mirrors. then they have you believing things that are not even, that aren't even true. Like you'll tell them that what they did was wrong, and they'll tell you that that never happened. And they'll rewrite the whole narrative, and they'll have you believing things that are not even true. Like, no, it actually happened like this. You know? Or that's not how it went. But you guys, manipulators, get rid of manipulators out of your life. They treat people the worst. These manipulators treat people very bad. So, once I figure out someone's manipulating me, that's a red flag. Manipulating me for the way I feel, all that type of stuff. And here's the thing, you guys, that we should always know. This is very important. But manipulators do not like losing. So, that's why we can't take them back. Because they think it's a game. They come into your life to play a game with you, and they want to win it. Their game is to break you down. And manipulators, they don't like losing, you guys. So, when you know this type of stuff, you're more aware of not letting them back in, because you know that they have this type of mentality, that they see it as a game, like they need to win, and they didn't win because they didn't destroy you the way that they intended to. So that's why they come back to see, like, okay, it didn't work, let's see if this second time I finally could get you back. So, they'll beg for a second chance if they think that they can still gain something from you. They are likely to give the fight of their life to keep you around. They might tell you how they changed, how you will never find someone who loves you as much as them. However, all the promises are empty, and it's not your best interest to get back with them out of fear. So don't compromise on your safety with manipulators. But yeah, you guys, don't allow these people who have gaslighted you and treated you that way back into your life. They don't like to lose. That's a dangerous person, especially when they have evil intent. You'll know them by their fruits, by what they said to you, how they treated you. That's exactly what's in their heart. Why do you think the narcissist comes back into your life when you're happy? when you finally forget about them, they try to come back and circle back into your life to hoover you. Because they want to win. They want to win. They want to see you miserable again. So guys, these certain things are very important for us to know. The nature of a manipulator, you know, how they actually operate. So you know not to get yourself back into that bad situation. So I think it's necessary to talk about these things, you know? So you know kind of how they see they see the relationship, cuz we don't see the relationship the same way that they do. Especially when they have an agenda, they see it through a whole different perspective than you. Yeah, I just woke up. So my voice is like that too. And most times they get mad because they lost control over you. Like they had that power to control you, to control the way you feel about yourself, to control the way that you lived and things like that, you know? So they want to have that sense of feeling again over you. It's like a child, you know? You have more popcorn. You have more popcorn on your bowl. And these people don't have as much as you, and they come to take. And they're entitled to just, grab a handful of popcorn. And yeah, so. Yeah, they made us better, but I don't want to continue carrying their weight because that's not, that's over. That season's over for me. I learned enough to know that I'm not going to do it again. I wouldn't do that all over again. Yeah, narcissists demand that you respect their boundaries, but they will trample, disrespect, and trespass yours. Dream stalkers are watchers in the Bible. They're fallen angels, which in reality they are demons. All those involved have a part of them possessed by a fallen angel. Mm-hmm. Yes. The crazy part is that I've had people who came back into my life and they're like, "Remember the good times?" And I'm like, "No." Or they do something nice for you, but it's like they want to put that over your head forever. Like, I can't I can't even describe to you how many times someone has given me something and that's all they ever bring when they want something. But I gave you my taco. I gave you a taco. I gave you this bracelet. Like, wow. You know? Like, what does that mean? Like, but yeah, but after that, you literally gave me a lot of pain and hurt, you know? So, you took a lot. You stole from my blessings. You kept me you kept me in a stronghold with you. You kept me depressed and miserable. You might have given me a bracelet, but after that, you made my life bad. So it's like you took more than me than money can buy. So no. Yeah, they take more than you than what they give you. They take a lot more away from you than what they actually gave to you. It's never reciprocated. Like you were loving to them, and in fact, they just took your love for granted. So it's like, did you really though? Did you really help me? Because the whole time you were trying to stop me from getting healthier, from healing. So, mhm. Their programming is vicious. Uh-huh. It's a virus. I agree that the way to people is to love, but there comes also a point where you can love people from a distance. You don't have to keep them. You don't have to sit with them. You don't have to be around them, cause they don't have love. Then you can't really build with someone like that. An envious person, you have to love from a distance. Envious people, they got dark energy. You can't really do much with an envious person. If you love them, they're gonna hate you more for it. They're gonna be like, why do you love me if I hate you? And you're like, what? The narc is always in a constant state of scheming. The device is the devil and its minions. They remind me of a parasite. They don't generate true joy and love, so they gotta suck it up from others. Yeah, and here's the other thing, like when they come back into your life, they've been monitoring you. They've been monitoring your growth. Why else do you think that they come back into your life? They know exactly when you're doing better. Why? Because they keep up with you. They're like little spies. They keep up with your progress. They keep up with your life. They don't ever leave. These people never leave, even though, they don't talk to you. They don't they're not around you physically near you. They're still around. These parasites are still around trying to leech off of your light. Like they'll never leave, trust me. Even I have people from my childhood who still want to try to get in contact with me. I have people from elementary, And I'm like why? I moved to a different area. We weren't even that close growing up. And it's like, where is all this like familiarity coming from, that we're close or something? It's crazy, you guys. But they keep up. They keep up. Because I'm like, how can a childhood friend just reappear in my life if I'm literally, you know, away from them in their life? And they just appear out of nowhere like, oh, hi, how are you? You're like, where'd you come from? They've been monitoring you. They've been monitoring you. They've been monitoring us. They always have their eyes on us. Then they love bomb us. So, yeah, you guys. Don't ever think that when they reach out and come back, it's because they don't know how have you been. Like, they reach out exactly when they know that you're doing a lot better. Because when you're doing bad, they don't reach out when they know you're struggling. When they know that you're in a bad situation, they don't reach out. That's when they literally just go silent on you. But as soon as you start to get better, oh, you got all these people from your past trying to come at the same time. Like, you guys, I've had people from my past, like five or three people, during the same month, right? And they don't know each other. During the same month, reach out to me. And I'm like, wait a minute. Three people at the same exact month time. They all reach out. Not on the same day, but just different times. And, I was like, that is interesting. But yeah, you guys, it's a manipulative person. That's someone that you should not allow into your life. Why? Because they just want to check up. They want to gain information. How have you been? And you're like, oh, I've been good. Oh, what you've been up to? How's your life? And then once they gather all that information, I don't even know, but they're just nosy, you know. But it's always when it comes to you, like they're not nosy with other people. It's like with you, they're nosy. Like if you tell a person your goals or something, they'll keep asking like, "Oh, and really?" And like, "What are you trying to do?" Like, you know, they'll act like they're interested. Whole time they don't even care. They're not gonna help you. They're just like, they just want to know. They want information, information about you. Cause why? Cause they want to keep tabs on you. Yes, you guys, they want to keep tabs on us. They want to keep tabs on our progress and see if things will actually work out. You know, they'll come back to see how things are going. Like, oh, how's that, goal that you had for yourself? How's that going? You'll be like, excuse me, like, how do you remember this? Because they want to know how far you've come and where you're going with your life. So they can be a part of it. As soon as they see, like on my TikTok channel, as soon as they see, like, I have a large numbering of supporters, that's when they'll be like, oh, I support you too. I agree with you. Yes, so true. But it's like when you were literally like building towards that point of your life, they didn't support you. They didn't even like your picture. Like they didn't like our pictures. They didn't comment. They didn't compliment us. They didn't show that type of love. And now when we start to get somewhere, here comes all the fake love. Like I always knew you were gonna make it. I always believed in you. That's my daughter. That's my son. That's as soon as you have an accomplishment, they're like, that's mine. You're like, what? That's not yours. You're like, you didn't even help, first of all, like why are you claiming something that has nothing they want to attach themselves to your success, to your happiness, to your energy, to your life. Yeah. So they want to know about the misfortune of others. Trust me, you guys. Trust me. You tell them bad news too, they'll be like, "Oh, really? Oh, and what are you gonna do?" Like they'll stare. Oh, I can feel the energy, like even through a phone call. If someone acting fake concern towards me, I feel that energy. It's like you don't even care. Like you're talking to me, but I know that you don't even care about how I'm really doing. Cause I feel that fake energy through a phone or even in person. You know, like you feel like they're taking some type of pleasure in just hearing you. So hold on, let me keep reading the comments because I think some people want to get in contact with me. I'm very what's that word? Careful with who I try to get in contact with because I had some pretty bad situations, but I trust you, I trust you. I just I have to figure out which contact, information to give you so we could try to get into communication, but I've gave certain people my contact information and oh boy, they were full of it, you know? they, they were really not it. It was just a bad connection. It's okay, it happens, but it was not good. Exactly. Yeah, we have to work on self love. I was doing so well with my self love journey. And boom, they sent narcissists. Attacks my very confidence. Crazy. Like they take what they don't have from you. That's messed up. It's so messed up, but I'm not gonna let it. I'm gonna get my confidence back up in no time. Yeah, it's like a boxing match with narcissists. You're in a boxing ring with them. We don't wrestle with them. We don't wrestle with them. They played so dirty. I've fallen into their baits a couple of times. Step into the light, celebrate some time. Yeah, I like that's true. They want to see you oppressed and needing them. It feeds their ego and pride. Alright, bye, Amy. Adriana, I've tried many times to facilitate my contact to you. I'm not sure if you have it. But in that case that you wanted to communicate with me, you are very welcome. Sometimes my comments on my YouTube channel, if you sent it through there, they delete my comments. And I don't have control over that, when they delete certain comments and stuff like that. If you send your contact information through there, then that's probably what happened. And if I had a lot of comments on that video, then I probably haven't seen it. Yeah, they feed off of the sadistic harm they produce. It's the energy charge they crave constantly. Yes, that's facts. That is so. That is such a good way. Yeah. And once they do come back, they mirror and love bomb way harder. But it's fake, so don't fall for it again. Uh huh. It actually makes me laugh now that I actually see it. When I see it happening, I'm like, you're trying so hard. Like, it's funny. It's like they try so hard. It's like the desperation. They're like, I need to come back. Let me in, let me in. It's like, yeah, it's like, if they have to, they'll be screaming that, let me in, let me back in your life. I'm not kidding you guys. That narcissist that I had, and the narcissist that tried to be a handler in my life, I literally tried to cut that person out, and they were like, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I was like, this guy's such a manipulator. Like throwing a big old tantrum, a temper tantrum. Like, you're kidding me. I don't got time for that. Like, what is that? That's crazy. Yeah, future faking and love bombing is the facade they act out to catch you in their traps and snares. Stay away. Uh huh. Facts. Remember the good times? No. Yeah, like there was like a person who tried to come back and they're like, "Remember me?" And I was like, I guess. They're like, "Remember the good times that we've had?" I was like, not really. I was like, not really. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh yes, those were such great times." Like they want you to play along to their delusion. That's some crazy stuff. They want you to play along to their delusion. They're like, am I not such a good person? Remember that time I helped you with that? And you're like, okay, like, and after everything I've done, what about me? You're not gonna give me credit for the things I've done. But they take so much pride in what they do to manipulate you. They take so much pride in it. It's like, wow, praise them. They want you to praise them for giving you a quarter. They'll be like, I gave you that quarter. You're like, okay, okay, calm down. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I could just give you it back, you know. That's how I feel when they constantly want to, remind me of the things that they've done. I'll just give it to you back. Like, why? But they lie because you can still see they are still the same. Same beliefs and actions. Truly, though, it was so much God was with us. It was more than me and her to handle. Alright, let me listen more than I type. I love your value suggestion option. Darkness is always watching for that moment to enter your life. Yes! Oh, yes, you guys, don't let the darkness back into your life. Mm-mm. That's so true. Just let the light in your life. Don't let any dark energies back in. They're such a hindrance to us. They really are. Then they have us all messed up, all confused. They have us going through it, and we're like, dang, why? Like, you're going through it. You really are. They keep asking me how I'm feeling and how my health is doing. I'm wise to their sick game now. Yeah. You never want to share. We should really be watchful of sharing our bad news to them. You know, like don't certain people are not worth you being vulnerable to. Like they'll use that against you to throw in your face. Like yeah, you guys don't. I gotta be careful. I've done the same thing. And these people who are negative try to bring me down. They bring things in the past that have hurt me into the conversation. I'm like, what does that have anything to do with what we're talking about? Like, why bring certain things up? But they know where to get you. Mobs to a light. They come to you with kindness like they want to help. Meanwhile, they are sharpening the knife. They're going to stab you in the back. Mm-hmm. They've been on the attack, but covert attack. Yes, yes, loving Jesus. They have. Like so many in my other live streams, I've had so many agents, try to really bait me to react to them. And then they come back to continue. And I'm like, once the argument has finally settled down, they come back again to fire you up again. But it's like they really want to feed off of the light. They want to feed off of our energy. Cuz they won't do that to other people. It's like with us, it's like it's a desperation, an obsession to get us out of our high energy. Yeah, it's messed up. Alright. Guess I'm gonna end this live stream. Okay, I'm gonna end the live stream now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have. You know, it's the same game. So, thank you guys. Have a good day.